What kind of recovery will the Phoenix housing market see post-COVID? I'm sorry guys, I don't have a crystal ball and I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but what I wanted to talk about is what kind of recovery we might see. You may have heard some of the economists talk about U-shape recoveries or V-shape recoveries, even an L-shape recovery, and wanted to explain what that means. So we had 19,000 economists give a survey on what they feel what's going to happen with their recovery. And as you can imagine, there are all kinds of opinions. And then there are opinions where they change their opinions. A lot of economists are saying this is going to be a V-shape. So what is a V-shape? A V-shape is where we see this drop in demand. It goes down, it goes down, it goes down, it goes down sharply. And that's what we've seen because demand plummeted overnight. It wasn't months and months and years in the making. It was days and weeks in the making. So we saw this very sharp decline. But what these economists feel is that when it turns around, these buyers, the demand, it is a pause button. It's not a problem with the housing industry. So we should see a very sharp incline. And this is the recovery I personally feel that we'll most likely see. Also, we are hearing about U-shaped recoveries. That's the second most popular answer. So what is a U-shaped recovery? It would go something like this. And that's what we did see in 2008 through 2010. So we went down, and then we stayed down at that market for a long time. It was flat, it went up and down, and then slowly started to come back up. So that would have been like 2005 was when we actually saw demand go down. Now prices didn't take effect until 2008, but we saw that go down, go down, go down. It did not hit bottom until November of 2010. And then we saw this sharp incline. Now, it didn't just stay on the incline. If you actually watch over the years, you'll see lots of little blips in the radar. Okay, I've even heard L-shaped recoveries. What is an L-shaped recovery? An L-shaped recovery looks like an L. Goes down terribly, terribly down, and it stays flat for a really long time. I don't think this is very likely. None of the statistics and the evidence historically support it, but some economists think that we'll just go all the way down, we'll stay down, we'll be flat for a really long time. We here in Phoenix have been blessed. We are not in that market we were in 2005 where we had tens of thousands of vacant homes because that market was all based on false demand. Investors were buying 10, 20 homes. A lot of speculation was going on. They were overbuilding. We just had an excess of supply, unaffordability. We had values drop overnight, short sales and foreclosures rise, and it was a lot different circumstances. You know, you actually have to qualify for a loan today. We have real demand. Buyers are moving here. We've been in the top 5 states for relocation. We have been in the top state for low supply, high demand for a really long time. We have been attracting higher paying jobs. We're in a completely different market. To wrap it up, what's going to happen? None of us know. We are in unprecedented times. Well, the top economists here believe we'll most likely see a V-shaped recovery, while even the local economists here think that we'll see a V-shaped recovery. And while I believe we might see a V-shaped recovery, nobody truly knows. But what I do know is I'm staying on top of the market. Every day I'm looking at the stats, I'm looking at our hot sheets, I'm looking at what sales are doing, what prices are doing, what supply and demand are doing. I'm looking at all the levers of the real estate machine of supply and demand and where we are going. So while I can't predict what's going to happen, I can actually predict within 6 months of what prices will do, all based on supply and demand. So when we do open back up, we'll start to see recovery. And the good thing is in the last 3 weeks, every week we've seen positive things like showings increase, escrows increase. The last 2 weeks we saw escrows increase. So there are some very positive signs in the market, and we're still above sales this year during COVID that we were in last year, non-COVID. So I am cautiously optimistic, but if you want to know at any time what your buying or selling strategy might be because that's been impacted by COVID, reach out, text the number on the screen. we can have a conversation and answer as many questions as I am able to, and make sure that you have all the information that you need to make the right strategy for you. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I have just one big request. Please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe. I promise it fires me up and I will continue to deliver value, and I will catch you on the next one.